फूलों का तारों का सबका कहना है एक हजारों में मेरी दायरा है सारी उम्र हमें संग रहना है.
Hi guys, today I'm super excited to be joined by the incredibly talented Vedang Raina from his newest release, JIGRA. How are you doing today, Vedang? Nice to see
All
you.
good, all good. Nice to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So I'd really like to start off by talking about the movie, your experience, and if we can share a little bit of how your process was with the audience. So the core of Jigra is obviously an intense bond between a brother and sister. So I'd like to ask, did you grow up with siblings or were you the only child? And do you feel like your family dynamics played an important role with how you saw this relationship between them?
Interesting question. Yeah, I have a younger sister. So the opposite of what is the case in Jigra, but I have an elder sister who's kind of, the protective one. Chatting with Alia about this actually, that how my relationship with my sister in real life is so different from uh, our relationship on screen. Because I would never be able to. Actually, maybe Ankur and Satya were also kind of like that, but I could never go to my sister and say, give her a compliment. It is
Yeah.
not something that we would be okay doing. It would feel really weird. Uh, so it was like kind of slightly awkward for us to watch that film because you're like, okay, these brothers are like they're hugging it out, and like we would never do that.
Wow.
It's more of like an unsaid kind of a relationship because there's a lot of love and care there, but it's not
Definitely.
spoken.
Definitely. That's awesome. And you mentioned working with Alia. So of course you were on set with such incredible talent. Were there any moments that, really inspired you or that were really memorable for you on set? And how did you think that influenced your performance in the movie?
I mean, I feel like I was just drawing from everything that she was doing, because it's only my second film, and coming from my first film, when I was working with, a bunch of newcomers who were doing it for the first time, like myself. This time I was with a seasoned veteran, and there was a lot to draw from everything she was doing. And she's a very giving actor. You just need to like be present and be in the moment, and some magic will happen with her. So I guess she makes my job easier and makes me look better than I am. So yeah, I mean, a lot of really interesting scenes. I guess one of our favorites before, even before the film was ready, was the one where we interact for the first time in the prison, where she sees me without my hair for the first time, and we have that telephone interaction. I think that was a really special one to shoot as well.
Awesome, incredible. So when you sing, you emotionally connect with the lyrics and it kind of enables you to perform really well. So in the same way, can I ask if there was any moment when you were reading the script for Jigra, where you felt a line or a scene was maybe powerful and you realized that you have a deep connection to this character or to this film?
Yeah, I think it was probably the same scene. I think it's that moment where you realize that I think it's also when you see him vulnerable for the first time, right? Because I
Definitely.
always saw Ankur as somebody um, who's also it's also like a coming of age for him, right? He's just a young boy and he's trying to make it with his profession. He's an engineer and he's into coding and he's trying to make it there. And then you see him like really just so vulnerable in that moment where he's uh, he's basically tried to kind of take the hit for his friend, but now he's awaiting his death. So to see him in that prison for the first time, see him without his hair, and to see him just be vulnerable with his sister and say, "दीदी मेरे पास सिर्फ 3 महीने हैं, only have 3 months to live." I think that one really hit hard, even while filming and even on paper.
Definitely, that was a very powerful scene. So you've brought both your acting and your singing talents to Jigra. That must be so exciting for you because there are two things that you're very passionate about. Can you help me
Yeah.
understand how different your approach is, maybe when you're singing and preparing to sing for Jigra versus how you prepared for the acting role?
So interesting. I think with the singing, it was so impromptu. Like it just happened in the moment, and there was no real training or practice. I think the
Yeah,
training for singing for Jigra was the training that I've done all my life. I think it was just
yeah,
for this moment. Uh, The plan for the song also happened during the course of the filming of the film. It was never the plan from the start. Um, I guess Achint, who composed the songs, he kind of had heard some things that I'd done before, and he thought it'd be a good idea to try making me sing. Um, so yeah, I'm just so happy it happened. I never expected in this film that I'd get an opportunity to sing, but it's always I will always say that music was my first love, and I really enjoy making music and singing and playing the guitar, and so I'm so glad I got that opportunity in this.
Now, this movie touches upon themes of courage, loyalty, and sacrifice. These are very universal topics that a lot of people will resonate with. But now that you're coming with the young generation and a young generation of audiences are going to be watching you, what is one takeaway or one message you think the younger generation will take away from Jigra?
I mean, the way it happens in the film, I guess, is unethical, but it's just about standing up for people that you love. I think it's about uh, sometimes the courage and guts that can take. Uh, the family bond so seriously, and we celebrate it in so many ways. Even our brother-sister relationship, we celebrate it with Raksha Bandhan, right?
And with projects like the Archies and now Jigra, your career seems to blend youthful energy with really deep storytelling. What kind of roles or projects are you most drawn to as an artist, and what excites you about where you're headed from here now? What's next for Vedang Raina?
Yeah, so the next step is going to be exciting. It's the first time I guess I will have a choice to make. For the first two films, I think they just came to me and I just went with the flow. Now it's interesting because I guess, I'll maybe have a bit of a decision into the direction I'm going in. I guess I'm drawn to things where I don't think I'm drawn to a particular genre or a particular type of character. It's just the writing. I think when the writing is good, I'm just chasing that. And sometimes when it's good, it really like clicks instantly. And I'm just waiting that, something like that will happen and hopefully very soon.
Amazing. We're really excited to see what is next for you. To wrap up the interview, we'd really absolutely love to hear you sing any of the two songs that you sang for Jigra. They were really beautifully sung. If you'd like to perform a couple of lines for the audience, it'd be really incredible.
Okay. Okay, I'll do Pulo ka Taro ka. I'll do a couple
Okay,
of lines.
awesome.
फूलों का तारों का सबका कहना है एक हजारों में मेरी बहना है सारी उम्र हमें संग रहना है फूलों का तारों का सबका कहना है